and welcome to another episode of the Niche Girls podcast. I'm Kristen.
I'm Yolanda.
I'm Jessie.
And we are doing great. Really good.
We second.
I know.
Oh, it's okay. It's early for us. If you guys are listening, this is dropping the day after Christmas, but we're obviously recording it a little bit beforehand. So Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a lovely holiday with your family and friends and your loved ones. And in today's episode, we're going to kind of rehash the holidays at both Universal and Disney. Jessie and I were lucky enough to do the majority of the extra activities at both Disney and Universal with our job. You guys know we do social media for We Do Travel Right. And so we got to handle a lot of stuff. And so we were lucky enough to do all of that. And Yolanda just has thoughts in general, like she always, like she does. So.
She follows along and then tells us her thoughts later in the day.
Yes.
I do. So. I really do follow. I follow a lot of Disney social media. And, you know, I've gone to some of the events in the past. So, yeah. But I guess everyone had a good week.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it was good. The weather's been lovely. Very breezy, though. Like, it's very really windy.
It was windy yesterday. I was in Epcot trying to take pictures of food, and it was like, I couldn't even. I was holding one of those, like, you know, that in France they have like the martini, like the plastic martini glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And like the rim of it kept catching the wind, and like I was like, this is gonna spill. Not good.
Side note, if they don't keep that peppermint coffee drink from Festival of the Epcot France booth around Festival of the Holidays, I'll cry.
Really? You loved it that much?
It is so good. And I obviously know they're not going to make it a drink, but it's delicious. If anyone's been, it was a new drink this year. It's like the bottom of it is espresso with, I think, like vodka, Bailey's, and the top is like, the top's the peppermint foam, and it's so good. It's so good. But
interesting.
Yes. So we will jump in, I guess. We'll start with Disney. Just because obviously we're more still Disney focused at the moment in terms of niche. So we'll start with Disney. So obviously the parks are decorated for Christmas. So if you don't want to go to any paid events, both Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and most of the resorts and Magic Kingdom, they're all decorated for Christmas.
Yeah,
there is stuff
really
around. Yeah, there's, you know, trees, lights, everything. There's stuff around the resorts as well. Different deluxe hotels. You have the gingerbread houses and everything. So super fun to see. But that is mostly what you will get for Disney for free. I think you can meet Santa as well in spring.
Disney Springs.
Yeah. And you can do it he's in Magic Kingdom too. He's back by the Christmas shop.
I didn't know it was back.
Yeah, and he's in Epcot too in the Odyssey during the day as part of the festival. You can meet him there.
I know that. That's cute. Yeah.
Is he in Hollywood Studios? Did we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. And then you could see again in Epcot, and you guys probably all know this already, but you could see that you can't like meet and greet with them, but the different Santas from the different like country cultural traditions come out, and they like do a little show and all of that, which is cute, you know. So that's included as well if you're going to Epcot, which, you know, hey, it's something.
Yeah, I went to all the included stuff. So I did like the Animal Kingdom Miracle Menagerie, and I love Animal Kingdom's decorations. Like they're, I don't know, I think throughout the park, the different countries, the way they have it decorated, and of course like Dino Land, the little hat, I love it. And then Epcot, I tried to do the cookie stroll, but it was way too many cookies for 4 people.
So many cookies,
and they're big. So we didn't make it. We bought like 4 of them and then ended up.
You gotta do it over a few days, I find, because it's like Jessie and I were both there, and we didn't eat all the cookies, and we still like it was a lot.
We shoved them in her bag so she could take them home to the kids.
Yeah.
Our mistake.
We were like, "Is it good? Good enough to take home? Okay, great. Shove that in."
Yeah, our main mistake was doing like we did a beer garden, the buffet to do the candlelight processional, and we filled up a lot on the buffet, and then didn't have enough room for cookies, but. Obviously candlelight too. It's included with the Epcot ticket. It's really cute. So there is throughout Disney Christmas stuff that's included, but I will say the bulk of Disney Christmas is going to be the 2 parties with the new one this year, Jollywood Nights, which I'll have Jessie and Kristen go over the difference. So Jollywood Nights is $159 to $179 per person. The party lasts 4 hours. It starts at 8 p.m. until midnight, which I thought was relatively late. And then Magic Kingdom's Christmas party, it has a lot more nights. Theirs is $169 to $199. and then kid prices is $10 cheaper, and it runs for 6 hours instead of 4 hours during the night. So I don't know how you do it. If you want to tell me the differences between the two or your pros and cons, your pros of both first.
I mean, honestly, so I feel like Jollywood got better after we went.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Marginally.
We went the first night. Yeah. The first night was super chaotic. There were just lines and people everywhere. You could not go anywhere without standing in a line. So for me, like, I do love Very Merry, but not as much as obviously Mickey's Not So Scary.
Yeah.
So Very Merry for me over Jollywood, like, that actually won for me this year, but I was so excited for Jollywood because it's like different and new and fun, and it's supposed to be classy and fancy, and
I was excited for the sing along, the Nightmare Before Christmas, cool. And what I saw from that did look really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, that was definitely a highlight for sure. The holiday one with the Muppets, I was really confused the whole time.
I wanted to love that so bad because of the Muppets, but
yeah,
did it have like a storyline, or was it just like Christmas songs?
It did have a storyline. It was like you were supposed to be at the taping of like an old Hollywood variety show, but
so they had commercials.
Yeah, the theme wasn't enough to keep me engaged, and I understand like I can't stay engaged anyway. But like I have ADHD, I really can't stay engaged anyway. But like my children would not have been able to. You know what I mean? So like
that makes sense. How long? So I think what got me, because I have seen that it got better. They did add a lot of characters. Yeah. But I think most reviews I've read is just that it's not long enough, and so like you guys had to line up before the shows, I would assume, and then the show is that long.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and
so
then
we had to wait for 45 minutes just to get our wristbands. Luckily, we were able to get our wristbands before the party technically started.
Yeah, that's good.
But you have to realize that you have to get there an hour early just to stand in line for wristbands.
Yeah.
I heard that they did fix that up a little bit too, but at the same time, like they could say that they fixed it up, but you just don't know if you're going to encounter a crowd. You don't know. There's no way to know. So you have to leave yourself that time regardless.
Yeah. And our wristband location was right next to the Frozen Theater. So we jumped right in the line for the first Nightmare Before Christmas show. We waited about a half an hour for that, and then it was about a half an hour show.
Yeah.
So,
but we got that out like
an hour,
1 hour,
an hour of your party gone. Yeah. I also felt like, I know that they wanted it to be adult focused, but for me, like running something until midnight and not having fireworks until then that kids are supposed to attend was wild. So with Very Merry Christmas, they do their fireworks in the middle at 10 p.m. So that was also shocking to see on social media that I think they might have done that time-wise because the party is so short. But like, if you did bring your kids to the party, midnight's a long time to wait for fireworks.
I really don't think it's geared for kids at all. Like as a parent, I would not bring my kids. The issue, I think, is that when they announced this party, they didn't announce it with any sort of information. It was very vague, if you remember. It was like Old Hollywood after hours event. So you're thinking like, okay, it's going to be, because it is billed as an after hours event. It's the same time as a traditional after hours event. So I think people booked it for their families, not really knowing that it was going to be more adult focused, because that information kind of came out a little bit later about the tip top, like the lounge in quotes because it's a bar cart, but I digress. You know what I mean? Like
I was gonna mention that.
Yeah, like we'll talk about that came out later. So I think people just kind of wound up bringing their kids because they maybe booked it before or whatever. I mean, but like, I wouldn't, I mean, knowing what I know now, if we were to do it, if they are to do it next year, I still would not bring my children to it. I would spend
I was going to say, like, at the end of the day, are you spending $175 per person for the four of you?
Yeah. Now, I would consider if they did it next year and it was better or longer going with my husband, I would consider that, you know, but I would go with Jessie first to see it.
See how it is.
Jessie and I would obviously go first, like we do with most things, and decide if it's worth it, and then we would loop everybody else in, you know, like.
Yeah.
Right.
I think part of my hope for next year and what I got from social media was that the whole park was just not utilized. And still, even with the updates for the rest of the events, I'm still seeing everything in the front.
Everything
And like, I really think they could have done like something cute in Oga's, something cute in Toy Story, and it's just the front.
I don't know, what did they actually add or do to make it better after the first one? Because all I saw
added a
was
couple
that they added
characters.
characters. And
Yeah,
again,
same.
not characters necessarily. Okay, Christmas stuffy, yes, but not characters that are necessarily
new.
Christmas or new or
Christmas
exclusive.
or exclusive. That was my big complaint. And I'm sorry if you've heard me say this before, because I've been shouting it from the rooftops. You're billing this as like an exclusive party, right? Like, you're paying a premium to be there. This is like the ultimate and exclusive. They made a big deal about having like those 90s Disney characters there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They had Powerline Max, which you could see at the Halloween party
in the day.
You can meet him during the day.
Meeting and greeting in Hollywood Studios up until a couple weeks ago, when they were probably like, oh crap, we have to make him exclusive. Let's take him out of there. And then who else did they have, Jesse? Chippendale
Phineas
Rescue
and Ferb.
Rangers, which
Phineas
again,
Ferb is cute.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb are the only ones that you cannot see.
That's it.
Now. And again, like Christmas stuffy, you cannot see now. They added him, but they had like Mary Poppins out. You can see her. They brought in like, I forget, Pinocchio, like whoever they were. They're ones that you can see.
Pinocchio with a scarf.
He had a scarf. Yeah.
So my thing is like, you want to make this an exclusive like thing. Give me characters that I don't see. I want to see Darkwing Duck. I want to see Roger Rabbit. Make it worth if Roger Rabbit was there, I would empty my children's college accounts and I would pay for that ticket, because you don't see him anymore. And
an old Hollywood event was a perfect time to do it.
It really was. And I'm a child of the 80s. So you know what? I love that movie. An 80s movie with Christopher Lloyd. Sign me up. I'm there. Yeah. So I would go to that. Like, that would have been worth the price of admission for me. But serving me characters that I've already seen in the parks up until like 30 days ago, no.
I also think, so from what I saw, it was even like the band area and everything, but I'll get to that. For the character meet and greets, I think it would have been really cool, since they had like a Muppet show in the animation courtyard. It looks like everything that was set up in terms of the bands was like pipe and drape. I think they could have set up like a pipe and drape background and had like a picture with the Muppets where it's, puppets behind it and you stand in front, and maybe their voices won't be on the spot, or maybe it's pre-recorded stuff. But like, I think it could have been really cool. I would pay for a picture with the Muppets, or even for a picture with Miss Piggy, because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, as somebody who has worked with the Muppets in a professional setting, for those of you that don't know, I used to work in television, and the Muppets were a guest star on the TV show that I worked on. Shameless plug for myself. It's very, very difficult to get your photograph taken with the Muppet. I will tell you that. And it has to do with like the eye line. There has to be somebody, trade secret, like kind of behind the camera, guiding where the Muppet is looking, because the eyes are not necessarily where you would like looking at the camera. They don't know where. Okay. Correct. So in everything that they do, it is kind of, it is mirrored, whether they're acting or whether they are taking a photo. Everything is mirrored so they can see themselves. Kermit can see himself and how he looks on the other side. So that is very tricky, but there's ways to incorporate them that they're Disney. You have the technology. You have the people.
Disney spent a lot of money on this IP, and this is really the first we've seen of them.
Yeah, they never use them. And again, I understand that it's tricky. I get that. I will give that to you, Disney. I will give you that. But
you're like, I know it's tricky.
I know it's tricky. I've been there. I know it. But like, you are Disney. You are supposed to be the mecca of
what I know that sort of you are saying it's very difficult, but what I'm also saying is at Universal, I can meet a puppet raptor. So with a human inside, making it, and I could meet Donkey. And Donkey would you can meet. I know it's difficult, but what I'm saying is, how am I meeting a puppet raptor and Donkey?
The technology either exists, or Disney is the one that can create that technology to give
that one. They can create it.
They can create it to give you that like exclusive experience and make it worth your price of admission, or even charge more than, because again, people will pay more for something like that.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, that's the thing. Like, the DVC events, they get exclusive characters.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you
big exclusive characters?
Yeah. Why are you not putting that to the general guests, like for something like Jollywood?
Yeah.
Why are the general guests not able to get that? I have to be a DVC in order to get the exclusive characters.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
I'm paying $180.
Like,
so impossible. So like it does on DVC, let's go. But to get the tickets, you got to be on like,
I know.
It's impossible.
My friends have been trying for the Animal Kingdom one for a while.
Yeah.
I have 2 more questions about Jollywood, and then we'll go on to Very Merry. But my 2 more questions were, yes, when I was reading it, like I have the article here this morning. All of the musician spaces were made out to be parties. So the Tip Top Lounge, they all made it seem like dance parties. It was supposed to be a lounge, this old Hollywood, like you said, you're dancing with ghosts. Then you have the Fiesta in front of Commissary Lane.
Yeah.
That was also supposed to be a big Latin dance party.
Nope.
And some videos I've seen have literally just been, like I said, pipe and drape with somebody with like
That's exactly
a guitar or a small band. And then also, how did you feel apart from that? Like, obviously the entertainment's included, but like you brought up Moonlight Madness and everything's included with Moonlight Madness, those snacks. Do you think, since everything else in this party was behind a paywall, the Gertie cookie, the exclusive snacks, would it help you want to go again if there was like free cookie bars, free Mickey ice cream?
I think that
so those are my last 2 questions. Answer them how you want to.
Go ahead,
free food, and how is the entertainment that was supposed to be dance clubs go?
You can go, Chris.
Okay, I'll go first, and then Jessie can either agree or disagree with me. I think, I think if you're going to bill it as an after hours event, then you need to do what they do at all the traditional after hours events, which is free soda, free popcorn, free Mickey bars and sandwiches. If you'll remember back 3 years ago after the pandemic, when they didn't remember they did like Halloween after hours and a Christmas after hours party. It wasn't full on Mickey's Not So Scary. It wasn't full on Very Merry.
It was Boo Bash.
Yes, Boo Bash. So remember that?
Yes, I recall.
That was a traditional after hours event, and they did have like, so it was a little different, but it was an after hours. It was billed as an after hours, and the price reflected that, the hours reflected that, and they had the snacks. So this is kind of the same thing. I don't know why they billed it as that, at least in the very beginning, and then they didn't deliver on that part of it. I think that would make it a little bit more worth your money. And I want to say too, because this is another thing I heard, and then we'll get back to your second question. If you go to ride rides, then you're good. Then it's worth your price of admission. You're fine. If you go because you want to get on, well, Rise was down the first night, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
If you're going to get on Rise, if you're going to get on Slinky Dog, if you're going to get on those rides with minimal weight, then you're golden. Go. If you don't care about the food, if you don't care about the entertainment, if you don't care about the shows, and you just want to go ride the rides at this time of year when there's not like after hours events start again in January, you're golden. Go do it.
Okay, that is a good deal if you just want to knock out rides.
If you're going to knock out rides, it is worth your, because there's nobody back there either, because they're all in the front of the park trying to do all of the things going on. It's totally worth it. But like, again, if you're going because you want to see the shows, the dancing and the street parties were not that. You're exactly right. It was pipe and drape. It was just people singing.
That's what it looked like.
I'm sure if the crowd like wanted to get into it and dance, it certainly would have been okay. But I didn't witness that. The Tip Top Club thing, which was billed as like very exclusive, Jessie and I were looking at each other like, what is happening right now?
Because also, when I picture a lounge, I picture like they could have put out like different couches and stuff. Like you see at weddings, some people have like couches and stuff to put in. Like they can easily move that in on like.
They could have draped it a little bit or something.
It was supposed to be ghostly.
Yes.
They said it was supposed to be ghostly.
I recall.
Yeah.
Not a ghost.
We walked in. No ghosts anywhere. No spooky characters. Give me some Jacob Marley. Put him as an exclusive character.
That's what Tip Top. Goofy's out there during the day, so that's what I thought.
No, he wasn't there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna tell me it's a ghostly Tip Top lounge, make it a ghostly Tip Top lounge. Like, it's literally, it was a couple people on a little pre-made stage singing, and then there was a bar cart in the back. You had to weave through people to get to the line that wrapped around Tower of Terror to go to a bar cart.
Yeah, the bar cart with the pre-batch drinks, honestly, for the same price killed me. And then I heard the same thing for Hollywood, the Brown and Derby. I heard the same thing, that like people who did spend 2 hours of their party at it were just, I mean, there was a cute little like Christmas Cosmopolitan flight and stuff like that. But overall, I just heard that like it was a jazz performer in there.
Yeah, we didn't.
And that's, it wasn't this like, if you go to like, for instance, if anyone's ever done like the Miracle pop-up where it's like decked out like for Christmas like crazy, or downtown. I know there's also Height is the Alice in Wonderland. They've rethemed it for Christmas.
It was not.
Like that's what I was expecting from that. A jazz lounge like Christmas threw up on.
No, we had
Kristen and I didn't even get to go in.
Yeah, we didn't do it. We knew kind of from the beginning, Jessie and I talked about it, that it really wouldn't. We only had 4 hours and there was so much that we wanted to cover that it wasn't
we didn't have time.
A time investment we want to make. But we're also very lucky because we have a lot of friends that are either like in a similar line of work, you know, that we met up with there. So Disney for Food was there, Andrea, Magical Hijinks, Demi was there, and Shannon, Pixie Dust Fun, but so,
Olivia company.
So we like they did that, and then we did other stuff, and then we kind of shared some of the notes, so we were maximizing our stuff. And when they told us about the Brown Derby experience, like their faces were like anger because it was just so not good. Like
that's one of the reasons that I wanted to talk about this event on a podcast was Disney for Foodies, because I love her content, and she's usually still pretty positive because she does still get invited by Disney to things. And she literally, her last slide of the review was go to Very Merry. And I messaged her and I was like, like she was like that. My review is spend your money at Very Merry. And I
she's
get it.
very she's a really good friend of mine, a good friend of Jessie's.
She's great.
She works with, we do travel right, so we spend a lot of time together.
A lot of time with her.
And she is lovely, and she's honest. She's very honest. She's honest in her food reviews. I've been to restaurant reviews with her before. She's honest, so you can rely on her for honesty. And that night, I mean, we were texting all of us back and forth like, is this really what's going on? And I mean, I appreciated her honesty, because you're right. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of blogs in general, they want to either be very controversial, like, so they'll only focus on the negative stuff.
Up, almost.
Or they try to be like overly positive, like Disney can do no wrong. How dare you? And it's like both of these things can exist. They can be awesome and do wonderful things, but not everything is going to hit it out of the park.
Like you said, there were great things. Both shows were really, festive and fun.
I think the idea behind it too, sorry, Yolanda, not to cut you off, but if I don't say it.
There were improvements that can be made. No, then that's it. There were improvements.
There's improvements. I think that like the idea in general is a really, really good one. And I think that with some more tweaking, and if they listen to people's feedback, I know I got a survey right after we went. Jessie, I don't know if you got one, but I got a survey and I filled it out, and I was very honest about how if you're charging this amount of money for 4 hours, but you're going to not spread the crowds out and you have to spend a half hour, like that's not worth it. That's not an investment of my time and my money I want to make. I think that it could be something if they decided to do it next year.
I do too. And like I said, like the full utilization of the park, I think like little things can help.
Yeah.
And like you said, including Mickey, but like little I think can help.
Yeah.
Or even if they did cookies and hot cocoa like Very Merry, like that would be fine too. Just anything that like gets people to go to the other side of the park would be amazing. Or put Buzz and Woody out there in their Christmas outfits. Like they're out there during the day in their Christmas outfits.
Yeah.
Why not have them at the party?
Yeah.
Just to get people to go that way, that way it does spread it out a little bit. But I mean, I wanted to love Jollywood so much, and I was honestly so disappointed just because it was so busy and we were literally waiting in lines all night. Like I waited 45 minutes to get food because I was hungry. It was dinner time. Like,
literally,
yeah. Normally,
but overall, like it seems like it could be good.
Yeah. Oh, and mobile order was not open. You had to wait in line.
I don't like that.
No mobile order.
I don't love that at all. I don't love
Open the mobile order.
Yeah. I don't love that. Is mobile order? We'll kind of transition to like Very Merry. What is it open at Very Merry?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay,
which is great. So, like when you're trying to run and like plan your night out and you want to get a certain amount of things, like we use it at Very Merry, because I would mobile order one thing, she'd mobile order another. We'd run, we'd go here, like we're getting what we need. You could maximize your time that way. So again, to have such a short, tiny little event and then not even allow people to maximize their time with mobile order. I mean, come on, that's simple.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have been to Very Merry before, and I think a lot of people have. But was there any new stuff you really enjoyed this year? Were there any like fun? Obviously, like if you have families, still probably go to that one.
Yeah.
But was there anything different about this year you really loved, or really like? Where do you still feel like that's the your favorite in terms of Disney?
Are you talking about Christmas?
Yes. Yes. Christmas, we would do Very Merry.
I'm waiting for Jessie to say it.
I'm like, you talking about Christmas?
Because
no.
Any changes this year that you really liked or anything?
I didn't notice any changes. Did you? I thought it was. I had a better time this year than I did last year.
Same.
Okay.
We didn't go together
I think
last
it was just because I was with you, though.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
yeah.
I know what we did last year. Yeah. But same fireworks, same. You still get free cookies. You still get free hot cocoa.
The only thing that was changed was Wreck-It Ralph was not in the parade. Instead, it was the girl chipmunk, Clarice. No.
Oh.
What's her name?
Clarice.
I want to say Clarice. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Feels like Clarice.
Okay, yeah. So Clarice stole Wreck-It Ralph's spot. So now Wreck-It Ralph was not in the Halloween parade, and he was not in the Christmas parade.
Oh no! And you can't meet them anymore.
You can't meet him anymore. Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing with Ralph, but he was not there.
He's gone the way of Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. And I would pay to meet Wreck-It Ralph.
He said, "Sir, eviction notice."
Yeah, I loved meeting Wreck-It Ralph. He was so funny.
I love that she just said, "Booted." Okay, you went to the first night of both.
Yes.
Do you feel that like Magic Kingdoms was overly packed, or because there's so much to do, you still felt like it was worth it? Like
it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
The first night is always like busier, I would say.
The first night, that's what I'm asking. The first night's always busy,
but it wasn't. But overly, not
we didn't have
Jollywood.
Yeah. Okay. We didn't have any problems like getting our popcorn buckets, our food, watching the fireworks, the parade. We got to pick and choose what we wanted to do. Yeah. We even did we go on a ride? No, we didn't go on a ride. No,
yeah, we generally don't prioritize rides, just as a disclaimer, because again, we're there normally for work and we want to get as much information for the public.
Yeah.
A ride is a ride. Exclusive. Unless it's like an overlay of something. We'll do that. But the only thing that was overlaid for the Christmas party, and Jessie, correct me if I'm wrong, is like teacups, I think, Space Mountain, which I retired from because I'm way too old for that.
You're also not allowed to record anymore.
You can't record it anyway. Yeah. So like I would have gone on it because I do love it because they usually have like rock and roll Christmas music.
It's the
so fun
orchestra music.
Yeah, so that's when I do usually go on it, but we didn't do that this year. And again, you can't record it, so it wasn't helpful in that situation. But yeah, that was it. Really and the race cars.
Yeah. Okay. And they try to say Jingle Cruise too. They're like, oh, and Jingle Cruise, but that's during the day. So like, don't
during the day. It's during the day.
Telling me back something I already bought here, Disney. Like, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay, so nothing new, but still just as fun and merry.
I mean, nothing new, still fun.
Yeah, they had
same old parade.
The popcorn bucket was like the.
But they have Jack and Sally.
Yes.
They have Jack and Seven Dwarfs.
Yes.
So.
Oh, and they did. I forgot
Halloween.
They did do the new Frozen thing this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it was just like a little like 10-15 minute like happy Frozen. Here's Christmas.
Nothing major.
Yeah, nothing major. It wasn't.
I do like that they have kind of more exclusive characters, but yes, you can meet Jack and Sally and the Seven Dwarfs during the Halloween as well. Yeah. I'm biased. I like Jack and Sally, but if you don't get there early or late, you are waiting 2 hours of your party time. So,
yeah, the line.
All right.
Yeah. In the very beginning, the Jack and Sally line I feel was decent. Because again, Andrea Disney for Foodies was there. We were talking with her during the course of the night, and I believe she was able to get on very quick. But we were doing something, so we kind of missed that window, and so our wait was a little bit longer. But I think it was like right at the beginning, it was only like 10 minutes. So I heard that people were kind of getting on. So little tip if you are going like next year.
Go right away.
Of the night. Yeah.
And it did start.
They do tend to open it early.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They open it early.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's very nice that they opened it early, and it's a good catch too.
Again, like they do that occasionally, or I think pretty regularly for the Christmas party. But Jollywood, there was nothing opened early. Like they did a little tree lighting ceremony right as dusk fell, and then it was like, okay, now it's just you're there, like, and what do you do to kind
You're
of
just
like
waiting
pass
around.
the time? Like nothing started and you couldn't get your wristband yet, so you're just like, okay.
I also noticed that like Disney, like Mary at Magic Kingdom, they have like the soldier stilt walkers and different other
That was new
entertainment
this
Ben
year.
bands, and I
That was
didn't
new
see
this
that
year.
at Very Merry. So I saw photo ops with them this year, but I didn't see any kind of stilt walkers or different entertainment like that.
No.
Like the bears and everything.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And that was something that you either, if you want to do it, great. If not, fine.
Yeah.
We did stand in line for the soldiers because that's just so freaking cool.
Yeah,
it is.
It was like a 10, 15 minute line.
They hustled you through. They said like
early.
You get one photo. There was no photo pass there, no autograph.
No.
And they literally were like, you pictured that. Like, again, we kind of like to get like video of them, and it was like, no, you're in your
Yeah, so I was like, Kristen, I'll distract them real quick. I'll talk to them, give them my phone. You take a really quick video while they're messing with my phone trying to get the camera up. It worked. We got
Smart.
it.
Which,
yeah,
that brings me to another point. We talked a little bit about Jack and Sally. Now, the line for Jack and Sally was long, but when I tell you, we spent how long with them, Jessie?
Oh my God, like 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
It looked very interactive, yeah.
And it
very,
wasn't just
and
us.
we got a bajillion photos.
They interacted with, like, once we even got into the room with them, we waited another 25 minute, 30 minute, because when I tell you, they sat there and engaged with every single group in front of us in detail, big conversations. They they were so that was one of, if not the best character meet and greet interaction I have ever had in Disney World or Disneyland. It was amazing. And
again,
I will wait. Fine, I'll wait an hour for that. Like for that level of interaction. Totally worth it.
Yeah,
I love that.
You know who else I would wait for interaction for?
Who?
The Grinch.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we have about 10 minutes left, so we'll transition over. Jessie and Kristen did also get to go to Universal.
Yeah.
And so Universal's Christmas is included in your park ticket price, but I want to touch upon, they did something that was the same price as Very Merry or Jollywood. Cheaper. So talk about it. What was the price? And go over it really quick and give me your lowdown on like how you feel the included stuff is at Universal for these last 10 minutes. Go.
All right. So we have Holiday Tour and we have the Grinchmas Breakfast. The Holiday Tour was $100. It was $99.99.
But you do need to have valid admission to both parks. That is not included. So it's not like Very Merry where you could just pay and then you get to go into the park for that day. If you do not have admission to both parks, they ain't letting you in. So
correct. So it works better if you are obviously like on vacation, you already have those tickets.
There you go.
Or if you're a pass holder, because as a pass holder, we paid the $100 and like that was good. We were good. And you get a 10%. Well, I think it was a 10% discount off of the price as a pass holder as well, which is really cool.
I didn't know that.
And then the Grinchmas Breakfast was what, $59.99, Chris? I think. It was $59.99. Yeah, per person. That is included with the tip. So the tip is already in that price, which we did not.
Cool.
We didn't know until we got there and we asked our server, like, "Hey, how do we tip you?" Because there's no like check to sign because you already
nothing. Yeah.
So we ended up leaving him more cash on the table, but the tip is included in that price, which a lot of people didn't realize.
Awesome. Yeah.
But to go back to the Holiday Tour, honestly, the Holiday Tour, I would do that in a heartbeat over and over and over again, multiple times. Like I wanted to bring Jake so bad. But he's been so busy that we just haven't had time. But
next year,
honestly, like the Holiday Tour, wow.
Yeah, so
you get
with the Holiday Tour, you get preferred seating for the Grinchmas show. You get light bites. They take you to a place to have a snack, and then you get another like sweet, like dessert snack.
But it said a snack, and like it was like pasta and chicken fingers and salad and
like food.
Yeah, food.
Yeah, sodas.
I had a whole
coffee,
whole plate of food.
Yeah, food.
Sodas. That's insane.
Yeah,
$100.
Yeah,
twice, and then it's like dessert too. So then they had another dessert buffet.
And dessert had like cookies and cheesecake and a whole bunch
all that food for the price of one dessert party. That is cringe. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got to meet the Grinch in the in the actual, like not in his normal meeting space during the day, but
in the Grinchmas show.
In the show.
Area.
How long did you have to wait for that?
Like that show.
10 minutes.
Gorgeous.
10-minute wait to meet Grinch
versus 2 hours.
Yeah.
So 10-minute wait versus 2 hours of your park
you
time.
Also got to
again, good interaction.
Yeah.
Like he was with us for a good 5 to 7 minutes talking to us.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got to, some of the Who's were out like during the dessert party too, that you got to just kind of like hang out with.
That's
You got to meet Max,
interact with them,
who is a real life good boy dog. He's like a real dog in the show there with his trainer, and then they have him out that you could take pictures with him afterwards, and he's
and pet him.
the goodest boy you've ever seen in your entire life. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that.
So
what
cute.
else did they do, Jessie? You do get to go like behind the scenes into some of like the production buildings, which is like, I love that stuff because again, like I used to live in California. I used to work in TV, so like that was super cool for me. And like I was like whispering Jessie's ear, I'm like, I used to work in a building just like so excited.
You were like, I did this.
Like that's, and they tell you.
My goal next year is to do the horror nights.
VIP.
Unveil the unmasking the horror tour is my goal for next year. I really want.
That's cool. That'd be cool.
What else was part of it?
We got an exclusive meet and greet with Santa Claus.
Oh, nice.
And we got a VIP experience on VillainCon. So we went as our group. So they separate you into groups of like, what, 10? There was like 10 of us, right? It was like groups of 10. And you went with your group through the VillainCon. And you got to like actually like play the game and ride the ride.
Nice.
So yeah, it was super cool. And you just hang out in your groups of 10. You have a person who's telling you all about this and this and this and this. We learned about Earl the squirrel. We went up to the Christmas tree. She pointed him out.
Yep. Love Earl.
Yeah. We went to the tribute store. They let us like go on a little shopping spree with your own money. Obviously, they don't.
Not that generous.
With your own money.
And then we got.
Do they do anything at the parade?
No, nothing with the parade.
Okay.
It doesn't start until almost like after hours.
Yeah, it's 5:30.
So you basically catch the last show for the Grinchmas.
Okay.
And then the park closes. You don't leave Grinchmas until the park is closed.
Ooh, I like that.
So you're walking into the park when it's closed, which is why you stay in your little groups.
I love that.
And then they take you over to, you're basically in Universal Park the whole time, but then they take you over to islands at the end and you get to walk through Seuss Land empty with all the Christmas decorations, which is so magical. And then they take you into Hogsmeade and you get a private showing of the Christmas show on the Hogwarts castle.
With the fireworks.
That alone,
cool.
like...
It was amazing.
Yeah. And
for $100, that's crazy.
And you get to take, they basically let you run amok too in like Hogsmeade at night. Like they're like, okay, we're here. It's 10 minutes till the show starts. Like go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to do. So we were like taking
photos, do what you need to do.
Empty Hogsmeade pictures because it's always, I mean, shoulder to shoulder there. So
it's always a bit packed. It's just crazy to me. Like the price is insane. $100. And then Grinchmas breakfast. I know the breakfast is breakfast food, but how is like the experience for $60?
Yeah, so I loved it. There were a lot of complaints because I guess last year, I did not go to it last year, but last year it was buffet style. This year is sit down. I enjoyed the sit down because everything was brought to me. Our server was amazing. I've heard a bunch of different complaints, but we had an amazing server. I did not feel rushed. He was very on top of it. You know, he did ask, oh, hey, are you ready for this? Are you ready for that? But he never rushed us out, which some people I've heard like, oh, I was only in there for 14 minutes and they were already bringing me dessert. And I was like, we didn't.
No, that was not our experience at all.
No, and it was just the two of us, and it was great. We had a little small table. They bring you out the little fruit and like little muffins in the beginning. Yeah. And then you pick your entree. So I had chicken and waffles. Kristen had the green eggs and ham.
Cute.
Yeah, so they're all like very themed, very fun. And they bring you out like little Max biscuits and Grinch cookies.
That's cute.
Yeah. Oh, and little heart brownies.
And you get to meet, I mean, I feel like, again, like if you're not doing the VIP party, then if you get to meet the Grinch,
you do.
That saves you 2 hours of your park time if you're attending as a guest.
And something really special about the Grinchmas breakfast is the Who's. So the Who's are singing. They walk around, they sing, they have little like candy canes and they play games with the guests. They had some guests like stand up and like wrap tinsel around them and then have them sit back down. You know, they play with you. They sing carols. They sing happy birthday, but in a Christmas way. It was super cool. Yeah. And I had a Who friend there. His name's Ben Crane, and he is just phenomenal. He like sat down with us and made Kristen make a sandwich
with my food. Yes.
right
He
with your
wanted me to
food.
like
Yeah,
So cute.
stack it, and I was like,
yeah.
I will.
And then he kept checking on her to
He
be
was
like,
so funny.
did you
Did
make
you
this?
try it?
Did you make the sandwich? But it was so
I love
fun. And
that.
it's not just us that like they were interacting with, you know, even though he's my friend. Yeah, he sat
It
down
was
with us maybe a little longer, but like he was interacting with all the other guests exactly the same way. So
Yeah.
it was just so fun. And then at the end, they give you a little Grinch card, and once you're on your way out, you get up and you meet the Grinch on your way
And it's
out.
his autograph
which
card
I like
too.
that, though.
Like you keep it.
his autograph card, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then they stamp it with a little heart to say that you met him, which so cute.
Okay, yeah.
And we walked right up
Yeah.
to him.
We had no line. He spent
Yeah.
time with us. There was really nobody else leaving when we were leaving, and we didn't get there really early or
No.
really
I think that's
late.
really
Like
worth it.
it was, you know, staggered.
No, we had an 8:45 reservation. I think we left at like 10.
Yeah, it's very worth it. That's good.
Yeah.
That's really
And
good.
the food was good. I mean, it was nothing special.
No.
Like
breakfast.
except the cookies. The cookies were phenomenal.
Yeah, it's breakfast food.
It was breakfast food. Yeah. What do you expect?
You know.
I mean, I don't ever expect over the top breakfast
No.
food, you know?
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, I enjoyed everything. I ate most of my meal.
It
You
was
know?
worth the price.
And it kept
Yeah,
me
I mean,
full.
I definitely, it's both Universal things sound like very just worth it. And I think what always gets me about Universal, if anyone hasn't gone during the holidays, the Grinchmas show, like we've said, it's included. The parade is literally, I mean, a Disney of it, like how Very Merry Christmas, that parade with Mickey, it is that, but with Universal carry it, the massive balloons that you see. I mean, it is.
Yeah, we took the kids last
and that's
weekend,
included.
and it was like
balloons, stilt walkers, floats. It's included, and it's
included. Like that's incredible.
It's just really wild. And as I said, you know, we are Disney people, but I think in the last couple years, I mean, I don't even love roller coasters. I don't love a lot of 3D rides, and Universal has all of that. But I can't not look at like what they're offering and what their pricing is versus like Disney not changing things, not offering more, and making you pay double. And I like.
That's a really good point too. And I said this to my husband. My kids are not like my son a little bit, but he's still 6. So what he can ride is not like he can't ride Velocicoaster. My daughter is not into.
I also cannot ride Velocicoaster.
Yeah, she's not into roller coasters. Even some like really calm rides, like she'll get nervous. Like she will still not go on Pirates of the Caribbean. She just doesn't. It's not for her. She can still go to Universal, not go on a single thing if she doesn't want to, and have a blast, because my kids will get their wands and they will spend time in Diagon Alley or Hogsmeade. I mean, they are into Harry Potter, like, but so they'll spend a ton of time doing that. They just like walking around. They love the big shark. Like they just have fun in Universal existing, where I don't see that so much. And me too, because I'm like Yolanda, I'm not a big coaster person. I have fun just existing in Universal. Whereas like in Disney,
so fun over there.
I don't know if you can do that so much. I don't know. I mean, that's not if you can, then like
Universal has
come at me.
They
but
have so much entertainment during the day too.
So, that's what I was gonna say. So Universal has so much entertainment and so many characters just like chilling, just hanging out. The lines, they 5-10 minute lines to meet the characters, but like you're meeting some really unique characters, and you don't have to go into like a building and like waiting a zigzaggy 40-minute line for the characters. You just like basically walk right up to him, and then you have all those shows too. The Beat Builders, all the dancing
Blue
shows,
Brothers, Vamos, Blue Brothers. Yeah, it's a lot.
Blue Brother. That's the thing. Like they have so many.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
they have less rides, but like Kristen said, like I think for some reason it has seemed like Universal has been marketed as like a park you go to when you're 13 and above. And I think that people really should start changing their views and really start including it like in your Orlando trips, mainly just because, and if you live here and you are like, I am a Disney person, ride or die. Disney annual passes are $13.99 for the top one. Universal's top annual pass is $500.
No, it's more than that now.
And it includes,
it's like,
I think it might be like $6.99 now.
Yeah, I think it's like $7.
But it includes a Horror Nights ticket. It includes valet parking. You get an express pass after 4. It's the price differences are wild, and I think like especially when you look at Christmas events, the fact that it's all included,
you get more bang for your buck with it for sure. And with the first 2 tiers too, because I don't have Jessie doesn't either. We don't have the top Universal tier. We have the second one. There's no blackout dates. So it's like,
and we get free
parking. So like, we didn't even pay,
and a discount.
like, to get that ticket at Disney. Yolanda's right. It's like $13.99, almost like
it is. I had to buy it for my old job.
Like, I think it went up since then though. Like it's only going up. So like, we paid the bottom rate, and now and Jessie renewed hers. I was with hers the other day. It didn't even come out to $500. It was less than that with the renewal rate. Like
Universal's wild.
It's such a better. Don't get me wrong. It's still expensive if you want to buy like a 2-day ticket. Like it's still pricey, but again, like I think they're even running a deal now where like you buy 2 days, you get 3 for free. You buy 3. I don't know exactly what it is, but like they run promos like that. So if you are interested in going, like you can make it affordable.
And with our annual passes, we both got 3 months for free.
3 months free.
So mine doesn't expire until March of 2025.
Yeah.
Like
it's just definitely, obviously we have a lot of feelings and there's so much to do in Orlando for the holidays, but
there is.
If you were coming here and you like the lore of the Grinch and don't want just like Snope and Disney IP for Christmas, you might want to consider
adding something that on. And I think it's only going to get, like, I think when Universal opens Epic Universe, this is a conversation we've had on this podcast before and we'll continue to have it. They're really trying. So like when they open Epic Universe and the new hotels, I don't know if y'all saw that, like their new hotels for that look amazing. They are trying to get people to come there, where I think Disney is, and I think the holidays are a really good example of this, resting on their laurels a little bit and just saying like, well, we're Disney, of course people are going to come. We can have Jollywood nights and really not put that much into it and people are going to pay. Like, I think that attitude is not going to carry them for much longer.
Feeling. Yeah, I agree with that. And
me too.
You guys will definitely be able to see it a bit more, but I agree that has been the attitude, is we don't have to offer this amazing VIP tour, these things, because people are going to come for the holidays.
Disney.
But they're opening, when Epic Universe open, they're going to have more, like the Universal stuff that people love, like Mario and stuff. So
I think a bunch of planters in the middle of Epcot ain't going to cut it. I don't think it's going to cut it.
Lights that are already breaking.
Don't think it's going to cut it too much longer, Disney. So you might have to step up.
No, I'm so excited for the DreamWorks land.
I know, it's going to be so fun. The Ministry of Magic, like, oh my God, like, it's going to be awesome.
Can't wait.
But yeah, so we obviously have a lot of thoughts, but just if you have any questions about the holidays or anything like that, hit us up.
Yeah. And if you had a different experience at any of these events, let us know, because again, we went on the first night. They are always working out the kinks, and I know, Grinch, like Jessie was saying, there's been a lot of other other people saying other things. So tell us if you've had a different experience. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
And well, now you know what to do next year for the holidays. We broke it down for you. Plan accordingly, people.
Yes, literally.
And Happy New Year. Hope everyone has a good
New Year.
2024. I think I mentioned it last week, and maybe even at the beginning of the podcast, I don't remember, but we are taking the next couple of weeks. I know, so much information to process. We are taking the next couple of weeks off. We'll probably come back second or third week in January. We're not sure. We didn't really talk about it yet, but we know that we're going to take some time off and we're going to be with our families and just enjoy 2024 and get the ball rolling and come up with some new designs and topics for you all. So
I know.
It's going to be a good year.
We do have a new one that's in our shop that people haven't promoed yet, that some people have already ordered. So if you're listening to this, go take a peek.
And also I have them here and then I'll let you go.
We'll promo it after the holidays are done.
We actually, too, I have them here. I'll show you. We have new little tiny keychains, too. We haven't promoted them yet, but they are on the site. Yep.
I love them.
They're so cute. And I took a bunch of pictures of them and then accidentally deleted them, which is why they haven't been promoted yet. Good job, Kristen. Great job. But
but yes, we have a lot of fun new stuff.
Go on the site because we again, we are busy, we have lives, we don't always get everything promoted on Instagram,
with them. I love them
really
so
cute
much.
These little keychains are so cute and you can collect them all, and we actually just ordered new clips for them too that you will be able to like upgrade your little chain with, so keep an eye out for that. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. We hope it was wonderful, and we will see you in the new year.
Thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.